I am very excited for this video. We are doing a sequel to a classic video that's like 2 years old now. I asked you guys to send me your childhood fears, and I am going to look at them today. Yes! Yes! This is half spooky, half silly. I don't expect to get scared in this video. I expect to just have a good time. But I am a wimp. RobertIDK's a wimp. So it could be different.
Hello, friends of all ages. I'm working on a video where I review and react to your childhood fears. These can be irrational, goofy fears,
or legitimate, real fears.
But ideally, we want to keep it fun. Leave a comment below describing your weirdest or craziest fear
that you had as a child.
Okay, let's go. As a child, it's more of a lifetime fear, but whenever I see an escalator, I always subconsciously terrified of getting sucked in and ground up. All right, scared of escalators. This phobia is called escalophobia, and it affects hundreds of thousands of individuals all around the world. Escalophobia, they really put a name on it. I'm pretty sure escalators have not caused that much injury. Oh, but this is terrifying. Oh no, that's actually scary. That's actually scary. Oh no. Don't wear Crocs on escalators, I guess? Jeez, what are the chances of this happening? That's so scary. Okay, you've convinced me, A fear I had was going through a dark room and seeing DVD menu for the Simpsons movie come out of nowhere. And yes, this scared me way more than it should have. DVD menu for the Simpsons movie. Now, why on earth would that... Okay, so the actual menu isn't that scary, but the sound it probably made... Actually, that's not that scary. This sound could be scary if this sound came out of nowhere, but the rest of it, yeah. When I was 4 to 6 years old, I was genuinely scared of blue water towers. No, not any other water towers, just blue ones. I would burst out crying when I saw one. All right, I don't know how this would turn out strange. Ah! Why the blue ones, bro? I'm not gonna bother Googling this because there's no way there's blue water towerophobia. There's no way that's real. I think that's just a you thing, and you have no idea why. Well, one of the fears that I had a couple years ago was that someone was watching me, and I still feel that way when walking past a dark place. All right, sweaty gamer. Welcome to human physiology. That's not a weird fear, sweaty gamer. That's literally how living creatures are meant to handle walking alone in dark places. I had a phobia of buttons, like the ones on clothes. I literally cried whenever I had to wear them. I don't know if it was a texture issue or what, but they still gross me out a little, even if I'm not scared of them anymore. Fear of buttons actually has a name. Look it up because there's no way in the world I can spell it. I mean, you could look it up. You could look it up and copy and paste it, bro. But I guess you wanted to be in the video, so you gotta make me do the work. Fine. Fear of buttons. Button phobia, as the name indicates, is a fear of buttons. Yeah, I don't think it's called button phobia, boss. It is also known as compoundophobia, a fear closely related to the fear of circular or void objects. Compoundophobia affects 1 in 75,000 people. Okay, so statistically speaking, probably one of you guys has compoundophobia, and it's this person. If anyone else has this, let me know in the comments below, because something like that would This still haunts me to this very day. Robert, my biggest childhood fear is accidentally not booping that like button and booping that subscribe button. Gives me the chills just thinking about it. Now this is a fear I can get behind. Who wouldn't be afraid of forgetting to do the easiest thing to support me? The easiest way to help RobertIDK out. Listen, Fireball486 here, they've seen it all. They've literally got Scorpion from Mortal Kombat as their profile picture. There's not much that scares this person, but they found the one thing that would turn any mortal man into a screaming chimpanzee. My childhood fear, and still is, was EAS alarms, especially America's and Canada's one. You got me on that. Have we looked at this? I actually, genuinely, I'm getting uncomfortable right now thinking about it, but we're going to do it. Oh my gosh, I hate it. Oh my gosh, I hate it. Be me, an American, hearing other Americans like, gosh, I hate the EAS tone. Canada, hold my beer. Oh my gosh. Kid leaves house for an hour. The entire Canadian government. This is scary, especially when it wakes you up out of nowhere. Sincerely, a Canadian. Yeah, genuinely, that's happened to me once before, and it was only a few years ago. I was about to fly out the next day. I was sensitive this day because it was the day when I was moving from one side of Canada to the other by myself. And so I had packed up my whole house that day. It was a very stressful day. I had to either sell or pack into a few bags everything I owned, and I was getting ready to move the next morning. I was very on edge. I always get on edge before traveling, but this was a special occasion. And that alarm went off, and I felt off for the rest of the night. I felt completely unsettled. I couldn't relax. It was bad. So homie, I got you on that one. I got you on that one. As a child, I was absolutely terrified of the toilet monster, which would supposedly come out of the toilet if you flushed in the room alone. Turns out my dad also believed the same thing as a kid, so that's strange. Wait, what? If you flush it in the room alone? Who is flushing the toilet around other people? Am I reading this wrong? You're saying your whole childhood, someone else was in the room when you were flushing the toilet? That's 10 times scarier than a toilet monster. Am I reading this? Am I crazy? This is freaking me out. You don't flush the toilet in the room alone? Okay, guys, I'm just gonna move past this one, and if you want to come back and explain this one in the comments, feel free. One of my biggest fears was and still is going insane. It makes me super anxious. Well, based on the way you've spelled your name, I'd say you're an at-risk individual. No. Okay. My real answer to this, if you don't want to go insane, my best recommendation is to drink plenty of water and don't do mind-altering substances. You will be pretty safe if you follow those 2 rules. I used to have a really dumb fear as a kid. I used to think saying the word nightmare would cause me to have one. Up until a few years ago, I still thought that. Well, by typing it out, you just made me say it. Nightmare, 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 nightmare. Although I was a really anxious little kid, E.T. is always the first thing that comes to mind. Yo, E.T., spooky boy. I ain't gonna lie, spooky boy. Yeah, what a horrifying looking creature. Why did they have to make E.T. look so creepy? This is the reason why they haven't remade E.T. yet. Of all the classic movies, they haven't remade E.T. yet because E.T. just looks terrifying and they won't be able to sell any products. Jeez, look at this. I like how they tried to make it better by giving him blue eyes. What if I type in E.T. scary? I'm scared. That's a little bit worse. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, that's the scariest. Oh my gosh, that's the scariest part. They find him and he's all like dried up. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that is the scary part. One of my worst childhood fears was if I was swimming in a pool with a deep area, I would always have to check to make sure there wasn't anything to grab me, other than my dad. And then I would get so paranoid that something would happen. Check to make sure there wasn't anything that would grab you. From outside of the pool, you can check that really easily. Like, it's pretty easy to see if you look in a pool. Like, you're gonna have a hard time not seeing anything that would be there to grab you. This totally looks like the town I grew up in, even though I know it just looks like a town. Oh my gosh, you're kidding me. This is not my hometown, but it is right by it in Ontario, Canada. Bro, I'm a genius. I'm a genius, bro. That's crazy. Oh, I feel so smart, people. I was like, why am I saying this? Every suburban backyard looks like this. No, I was right. Sick, dude. I had 2 fears. One was the fear of the unknown, or xenophobia, which is the actual name of it. Am I crazy, or is that not what that word means? Dislike or prejudice against people from other countries. You don't want to tell someone, hey, I have xenophobia. Do not accidentally tell someone that, okay? Be very careful, my friend. Also, I love your vids. Keep up the good work. Hey, thank you. We helped each other out today. You gave me content for my video, and I gave you a lesson in don't tell people you have xenophobia. The fear that my stuffed animal's eyes were looking at me. So at night, I turned them all around so they wouldn't look at me. Oh, and then your brother or sister has to come in at night and like make one of them turn around. So in the morning you see it. Oh, That would be so, that's the type of fear you can't tell anyone. You cannot tell anyone this or they will terrify you. I had a fear of this book called A Bad Case of Stripes. I was genuinely scared of it so much, so I would hide it because even just looking at it made me feel terrified. Bad Case of Stripes. Whoa, that is creepy. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. I feel you, homie. I feel you. That is like uncanny valley. One of my childhood fears was that my arms and legs had to be covered by the blanket or a monster would eat it. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people have had that one. I need to be under the covers for sure. For sure, that's a thing that I have, but that is not out of fear. It has nothing to do with fear. I just don't want to be cold. I don't want to have unevenly distributed body temperature. As a kid, yes. As a kid, I had the thought that the Pingu walrus would come and bite off my arm. That was my, yeah, that was a fear. OG RobertIDK viewers, if you know, you know. One of my fears are VHS tapes, probably because I watch a lot of analog horror. If one of your fears is VHS tapes, I have a video to recommend for you. One of my worst performing videos ever. Amanda the Adventurer. I am a wimp.
Whatever you do.
Hi everyone, I'm Amanda.
I'm Lily.
We don't trust Amanda.
Today we're going to get meat for Grandma.
But isn't Grandma a vegetarian?
Can you tell us where the butcher is?
Where's the butcher? There's the butcher, Amanda.
There it is. Let's go.
Why are we going to the butcher?
Hello?
Ah, look at this psycho! Ah! What's going on? Guys, that video did absolutely terrible, but it was so much fun. It's not even that long, it's like 15 minutes. I'm gonna put the link to the video at the end because guys, it was a good video and you will have a lot of fun with it. I was scared of someone watching / stalking me whenever it's dark out and I'd start getting paranoid. Yep, again, welcome to basic human emotions. The two weirdest childhood fears I had was being killed in my sleep and failing my tests. Wow. Those were your two fears? I hope you didn't treat those two fears equally because those two things are not the same. Those are not created equal. I used to think that my stuffed animals were gonna come to life and take me to a location that they have been building. I was a dumb little child and still am. Kind of. There's gotta be like 10 horror movies based on this. There are so many movies that have played off of this kind of thing where it's like, the toys come to life! I mean, for example, Poppy Playtime. Another absolute classic, and if you haven't seen it, oh my gosh, you have to. Part 1 and 2. But yeah, that's something that every child has, because it's like, just as a kid, you're afraid of things and beings and evil things. And so your stuffed animals are like your friends, right? And what's scarier than your friend turning into a monster? That's scary. I know, the emergency alarm. When I was younger, I remember being scared of tomatoes. It started out as a joke, but somehow it ended up like this. And then one time my parents put on Attack of the Killer Tomatoes and I completely lost it. Started out as a joke, I was scared of tomatoes. Now I'm scared of those bros because they're gonna cut my throat. It was only a joke, it was only a joke. I just can't. Oh yeah, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Is this a film? Oh, I don't like these. That would be spooky as a child. Not as an adult. As an adult, this ain't doing nothing for me. That's a little spooky. Yeah, okay, it's a little spooky, but stupid. Is silly, but it's stupid. As a child, though, I would hate that. I mean, if you got a tomato fear, if there's one way someone can scare you if you have a tomato fear, it's probably this movie. I'll be honest. I just can't look at tomatoes. My fear is that a duck is secretly following and stalking me. It's a real phobia. Okay, buddy, now you're just being silly. Fear of ducks. Fear of ducks watching you? What? Anatidaephobia is the fear that a duck may be watching you? Really? Ha ha ha! Oh no! Oh no! I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make fun of you, homie. I'm not trying to make fun of I'm not trying to make fun of you, homie. Oh no! Oh no! Okay, this is scary. I don't want this duck staring at me, but I'ma keep it real. You ain't getting me with no anatidaephobia. You ain't getting me with that.
Our table!
I'm still scared of this, but whenever I hear a plane or a loud sound that sounds like a plane, I get scared if it might crash. Honestly, I have a really weird reaction myself where like if I hear a car or a truck or a van or whatever, and I hear it zooming and I hear its horn go off, I'm like waiting the impending crash. And to this day, I'm gonna knock on wood when I say this. To this day, I have yet to hear that actually happen, which is a great thing. I mean, it doesn't mean mean that car crashes haven't happened a million times anyways, but like, you don't want that to be the case when you hear the car honking the horn. I've almost been in a few. Never because I'm driving. Actually, that's not true. When I first started, I turned left at a green light when someone was going straight, and that was bad. But aside from that, it's never been my fault. My worst fear as a child was having my mom tell the rest of my family about skid marks on my underwear. It's just really embarrassing now. I don't even use underwear. You know what, people? I hope you enjoyed this video. Here's the last time we looked at reviewing childhood fears. This was like 2 years ago. If you haven't seen the original, make sure you check it out. Or if you have checked it out, check out the Amanda the Adventure video. Actually, if you're on a PC, open 2 tabs or save both videos. These are 2 videos you have to watch if you haven't seen them. I promise you'll really, really like them. Thank you for watching, homies. I appreciate y'all. Have a great day. Peace.